My name's Jack Carter, 54, a carpenter with hands rough as sandpaper and a stubborn streak to match. My old man was a Vietnam vet, taught me to swing a hammer before I could spell my name. I built my house from scratch on a plot he left me just outside Pine Hollow, a suburb so neat it looks like it was designed by a spreadsheet. The homeowners association around here thinks they're the law, but my land? It's mine, free and clear. I've got the deed, surveys, even an old map framed in my shed to prove it. But try explaining that to Cheryl Mason. Cheryl wasn't just any HOA busybody. She was the president of Pine Hollow's HOA, a self-crowned queen in crisp blouses and a blonde pixie cut that screamed control. Her voice could slice through steel, and she policed everything: shrub heights, fence gaps, even the shade at your front door. From the moment I set foot on my property, she had it in for me. My chain-link fence was an abomination. My flat roof ruined the skyline, and my trash bins? She called them a blight on the community. I laughed it off at first, thinking she'd find a new hobby. But Cheryl didn't quit. My place was just close enough to her perfect little kingdom to make her blood boil, like a stain she couldn't scrub out. It started with petty stuff notes tucked under my truck's wipers, emails about VY Sewell Harmony, flyers citing rules that didn't exist. Then it escalated. One morning, I caught her in my yard, snapping photos of my mailbox like she was building a case. Another time, she grilled my roofer, demanding he get HOA permission to fix a leak. I told her to get lost, polite as I could muster, and figured that'd be the end. I was dead wrong. One chilly morning, I just gotten back from fishing, the smell of the river still on my coat. I pulled in my driveway and felt a knot in my gut. My front door was locked. Everything looked normal, but the window by the back porch was cracked open an inch, maybe two. I never leave it like that. My heart kicked into gear. I set down my tackle box, eased up the steps, and listened. Then I heard Ida's soft scrape, like a drawer being opened in my kitchen. My stomach dropped. I slipped inside, phone in my pocket, camera rolling just in case. The air was still, but someone was there. And then I saw her, Cheryl Mason, standing in my kitchen under the morning light, bold as you please, wearing white gloves like she was dusting for fingerprints. She was poking through my cutlery drawer, cool and collected. "Cheryl," I said, voice low, "have you gone completely insane?" She didn't even blink, just looked up, calm as a Sunday sermon, and said, "Mr. Carter, I'm performing a compliance check. We've had reports about your property's appearance." My jaw dropped, but anger burned through the shock. "You broke into my house," I said. She tilted her head like I was the one out of line. "Your proximity to Pine Hollow puts you under our VY Sewell oversight. We have authority." I cut her off. "You're trespassing. This is a crime. You're not the sheriff, you're not the city, and you damn sure weren't in VY Ted." She stared like I'd spoken gibberish. I took a breath, forcing myself to stay steady. I didn't shout, didn't get in her face. I backed out slow, like she was a snake that might strike. My kitchen door's got a lock on the outside, old habit from my dad's days. I grabbed the key, circled back, and there she was still snooping, muttering about my countertops. In one smooth motion, I shut the door and locked it. Click! She was caged. The pounding started right away. "Jack, this is illegal. You're detaining me," she yelled. I ignored her, dialed the sheriff, and laid it all out: VY Deo, EVY Denke, unauthorized entry, everything. Then I set up my tripod in the Lee VYing room, hit record, and faced the camera. "This woman broke into my home," I said. "I've got proof. She's safe, locked in the kitchen, and the cops are on their way." Cheryl's screams got wilder. "I'm the HOA president. I have rights." But no one was buying it. 20 minutes later, Sheriff Mike Donovan's truck rolled up, gravel crunching under his tires. Mike's a grizzled guy, another vet's kid, with a mustache that could double as a broom. When I told him what happened, he just shook his head and said, "What's wrong with people?" I handed him my documents deed, surveys, exemption papers. He skimmed them, gave a nod, and asked, "She's in there now?" "Yup," I said. "Locked her in. Didn't touch her. It's all recorded." Mike grunted, motioned to his deputy, and we walked inside. When Cheryl heard us, she went full meltdown. "Officers, thank God. This man's holding me hostage. He's a menace. Mike didn't flinch. "Ma'am, step away from the door." She hesitated, then her heels clicked back. Mike opened the door, and there she stood, arms crossed, head high, like she was about to demand a lawyer. "I had every right," she said. "There were violations. I was documenting them." Mike's voice was ice. "You entered a private residence without consent. That's a felony." Her face drained of color, not fear, but disbelief, like the rules had finally caught her. The deputy snapped cuffs on her wrists, and you could see it. Her whole world collapsing. Neighbors were outside now, phones up, filming as she was led to the cruiser, screaming about legal action. A couple folks clapped. I didn't, but man, it felt like justice. The trial was over fast. Cheryl pleaded not guilty, claiming she thought my land was under HOA control, spinning a story about CIVYC duty. Her lawyer trotted out blurry old maps, trying to make her look like a saint. Then the prosecutor dropped a bombshell. I wasn't her only target. Cheryl had a rap sheet of harassment fake violation letters creeping through yards, even setting up a camera to spy on one woman's dining room. Another guy got a $200 $200 fine for wrong blinds. The judge called her a threat hiding behind fake authority and slapped her with 9 months probation, a $25,000 $25,000 fine, and an order to stay 200 feet from my place. The HOA sent a letter admitting my land was never theirs and fired her that week. No ceremony, just a name erased. I didn't stop there. I swapped out that kitchen window for shatterproof glass, tough enough for a prison. Below it, I mounted a plaque. "Yes, this is the window Cheryl broke into. Trespassers beware." By my front door, I put a new mat. HOA rules don't apply. Step wrong, get gone. Childish? Maybe. Damn satisfying? You bet. Neighbors I'd never talked to started showing up. Dave from across the street brought beers and said, "Should have fought her years ago." A woman named Lisa dropped off a peach cobbler, whispering, "You did what we were too scared to do." Kids snapped selfies with my plaque, calling me a hero. The video of Cheryl's arrest blew up online. People from other towns drove by to see the house that broke the HOA. Pine Hollow changed after that. They voted in a new HOA president, a quiet vet named Paul, who said, "This is about neighbors, not power." The crowd roared. They asked fake fines, rewrote the rulebook, and started acting human again. Kids rode bikes in the cul-de-sac, and someone painted their garage yellow, no complaints. A year later, Cheryl showed up at my gate. No blazer, just jeans and a tired look. "I'm not staying," she said, eyeing the plaque. "I'll let power blind me." "I'm sorry." I half believed her. "4th of July's coming," I said. "Barbecue's open." She nodded, but didn't come. That was fine. The real Tory was that no one tried to fill her shoes. So who's the bad guy here? Was Cheryl a power-hungry bully? Or did the HOA system egg her on? Was locking her in my kitchen justice or a risky move? Could Pine Hollow have stopped her sooner? Or did it take a scandal to shake things up? Drop your take in the comments. Smash that like button if you're Team Jack, and subscribe for more stories of standing up to the man. Tell me, would you have done in my shoes? Was I right? Or did I cross a line?